Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Villa AM, your morning roundup of all of yesterday's Aston Villa news. And we try and bring it to you in less than 10 minutes and probably less than 8 minutes. So let's get cracking because yesterday, or today, or yesterday, I'm recording it in the 5th, but it'll be out in the 6th of August, was a pretty news filled day for Aston Villa. It started off early in the morning with the big news that dropped, I suppose, really. Alan Nixon telling us that Aston Villa were in for Evann Guessand from Nice. And that one kind of caught people unawares. But as the day went on, rumblings started to get louder and louder and louder. And then we got that all important tweet from Jacob Tanswell. And Jacob Tanswell tells us that, mentioned to us that, yes, indeed, Evann Guessand was on his way to Aston Villa. Also corroborated by L'Equipe, also corroborated by Fabrizio Romano, and by Santi as well, the French journalist too. So everybody had this for a finish, and a really kind of surprising signing when it came out of left field, and we know how much we love a signing that comes out of left field. And this guy can play out of left field as well, but more than likely we'll be playing out of the right side of the field as well. You can check out the longer version I did on a deep dive into Evann Guessand, which is also on our YouTube channel, and also you'll find it in all podcast networks as well. So really, really interesting development and interesting signing. 22 million is the initial outlay. It seems for Evann Guessand. On his way to the UK currently, will most likely be taking a medical on Wednesday, hoping to sign a 5-year deal, which is a big shot in the arm for Aston Villa. Attacking intent, attacking names, attacking options were something that this club needed. And I always felt myself that the big splash would be made in the attacking department, and we might be able to mix and match them with the defence. So Evann Guessand seems to be the man, and we will see where this goes. I'm also going to have a couple of people to talk more about him over the coming days. So please tune into the podcast on YouTube or on your podcast networks as well. We would really appreciate it if you subscribe or follow or whatever. It costs you nothing. So that was really good to see. Obviously, all the details will come out about the prices and so on. It seems like, as I said, £22 million initially can raise to 35 million euros, whatever that is in pounds as well. So good news all around, I think, for Aston Villa, and interesting to see how this player can develop under Unai Emery. Now, also, there was a couple of, I suppose there was a couple of hints of people maybe leaving the club. Almost immediately after the Guessand news came the news from I'm just trying to find it, from Matteo Moretto, that Besiktas have asked about Leon Bailey, and the Besiktas potentially could be back in for Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey has been somebody that we Villa fans will probably feel is somebody that may make way this off season. Had a really, really great season 2023, 2024. Not so much in 2024, 2025. Obviously, a talented footballer, hasn't been able to put it together consistently at his time at Aston Villa, and potentially the time for him to move on maybe now. Besiktas coming on board seems to be a link that is making the rounds again, but obviously there were some links with him from Saudi previously. So if there is something in this Besiktas rumor, if that is the precursor, or if the Guessand deal is the precursor to this outward deal as well, then I think it would make an awful lot of sense. So stay tuned for a lot more on that, because I think Leon Bailey is somebody who potentially could be on his way out of Aston Villa as well. Also, we got a small bit of news today from Belgium that Aston Villa are expected to try and find an agreement with Leander Dendoncker around the end of August to dissolve his contract. The club would rather not do that, as it would mean costing money, but there is no interest in the player, and he is currently training with the under-21s. A player that often comes up whenever we're talking about transfers out and about PSR and SCR and all that jazz is Leander Dendoncker, somebody who signed, obviously, in that probably, I think we can call it, ill-fated transfer window with Coutinho, Ludwig Augustinsson, Robin Olsen, Jan Bednarak, and Leander Dendoncker all came in. The shining light from that transfer window being Boubacar Kamara, I think, as well. But all of those players never really worked out for Aston Villa. Obviously, we've ripped up the contract of Philippe Coutinho to let him go to Vasco da Gama. Looks like Aston Villa, should there be no interest in Leander Dendoncker, are willing to do that as well, to get him off the books. But it's a shame because I think Dendoncker is obviously a decent footballer. He's been on a couple of loans, went to Anderlecht last year. Didn't materialise that he would stay there. He was at Napoli the year before, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that Leander Dendoncker's time at Aston Villa is done, obviously, based on the reporting that we have. But trying to find him the best option for him is something the club will try and do. And if not, they're willing to take the financial hit on him and move him on for the betterment of his career, I suppose, really. And if there can be a suitable financial agreement found whereby we don't have to pay up the whole lot of his contract, well, then even better. I did have a conspiracy theory on this, that potentially the Aston Ozcan transfer to Anderlecht may have came with a Leander Dendoncker agreement that we would pay 70% or 60% or 50% of his wages, and Anderlecht would take over the rest, and it would be some crumbs off our plate, I suppose, really. But nothing being reported on that. That's just the gospel according to me, and some machination that I had in the back of my brain late one evening. So that one is not news. So that's really all the Aston Villa news that we had from the 5th of August. Some exciting news, as I say, with potential incomings, and looks like definitive or definite incomings, shall I say, in Evann Guessand, and a potential outgoing in Leon Bailey as well. Let us know what you think about both of those in the comments below as well. And as always, please like and subscribe to the podcast. And if you like this Villa AM, please let us know. We'll keep doing them, and we will try and bring them to the YouTube channel as well, should there be an appetite for that also. So thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Here's to a very busy day with Aston Villa. And all that's left to say is up the Villa.